Hi Sagittarius, welcome to your reading for August 2023. It's funny because somebody just left me a message saying that one of the readings I said 2013 and I almost said it again. So I don't know, maybe something in 2013. I know I had a lot of changes in 2013. Anyway, this is for 2023. For Sagittarius sun, moon, or rising. You could certainly have planets in the sign of Sagittarius. Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter, the planet of luck. So that's good. So some of you might be intuitively guided. Welcome. Thank you for paying attention to your intuition. Anyone who's new, I also want to welcome you. And those who've just been following me, thank you, thank you, thank you. So much gratitude. Let's go ahead and get into your reading, Sagittarius. We're going to use 3 different decks. We're going to use Mother Mary, as always, until, I'm getting this urge of wanting to start looking for some new cards, bringing some new cards into the family. So we'll see. But for right now, we're using Mother Mary. We're going to use the Gilded Tarot to go deeper. And the Light Seers was really calling out for you for this reading. So this is what we use for your main spread. But let's start with Mother Mary. Let's go ahead and give it a shuffle or two. Everything is pre-shuffled, by the way. But I like to shuffle it with you here also. Often feel like you're all just sitting around. Like you're just sitting around with me and we're just having a conversation. All right. Let's begin. Okay. That's a lot. So out of those, okay. Enthusiasm. Out of all those cards, enthusiasm made its way out, made its way to the top. And it's a great energy. Whatever I am most passionate about is the direction I flow. Whatever I am most passionate about is the direction I flow. Some of you may just be here for that clarification, like, am I on the right path? If you're feeling passionate about it, or if you've sometimes I feel like we receive epiphanies, like something piques our interest, just like Tarot did for me, and then following that, and years later, here I am with my own business. You know what I mean? So you never know. You never know. Whatever I am most passionate about is the direction I flow. Okay. Let's bring in the Light Seers. Let's give them a couple shuffles. We got quite a bit of energy through Leo's energy. We have the supermoon, which... was that today or yesterday? And that was the second one for the year. The Lion's Portal. Often feel though you do great in Leo's energy. All right, let's go ahead and begin the tarot portion. Sagittarius. 6 of Wands. I like that. That's the energy of victory right off the bat. The spotlight's on this person and feels like as it was meant to be. Probably didn't happen overnight, but it feels like the spotlight is finally reaching you. This is also the energy of other people. Why is the spotlight on you? Because in some way, somehow, you're helping others through your actions. It can be through your written word, your spoken word, but it is due to actions that you've taken. Maybe things that you've overcome. So anyways, the spotlight is on you this month. Interesting. We have the Six of Swords, but it's in reverse. Two sixes. One in the upright, one in reverse. We have the King of Wands. That can certainly be you. Another Sagittarius, Leo, Aquarius. Aries. Interesting. And then we have the Ten of Swords. You know, I feel like for some of you, it's like you're overcoming this repeat pattern in your life. Like you know, being victorious over the Ten of Swords is great. That's great. Because to me, the Ten of Swords is like dagger after dagger in the back, right? But I have to learn that maybe I stayed at the party too long, or, you know, I kind of expected the next dagger to come, and therefore it does. Now, what's interesting is we have the energy of being victorious over that Ten of Swords, but then we have the Six of Swords. So the Six of Swords in reverse, you know, if we think about the Six of Swords, we got to think one card back, and because that's where all the toxicity lies. You know, whether it be a person, whether it be a job, just whatever it may be, it's something that, first of all, I feel like you probably have outgrown anyway. It's like your vibration has lifted, and those who, you know, vibration is not matching yours naturally want to fall away. Sometimes in the Ten of Swords, we don't allow it to fall away, even if it wants to. You know what I mean? Like, because I feel like in the Ten of Swords, if I expect things to get better, chances are they're not going to. And it may take my human action to bring change about. So anyways, but it is in reverse. So I find it interesting because, you know, does that mean that you are still in this toxic type energy? Yet you have the energy of being victorious right before it. And then this king being attached to all this energy. So let's keep going. Jeez. All right. We have the Queen of Swords. Could certainly represent your voice, your communication, you know, and becoming a better communicator. You know, some of you, communication becomes your line of work. Again, Mother Mary, whatever I am most passionate about is a direction I flow. So the Queen of Swords, you know, she's interested in the truth. She's a great communicator. She's in the upright. But then what comes next is the Five of Wands. Five of Wands under that reversal of the Six of Swords. Five of Wands to me is battling type energy. It's really where nobody wants to back down. No one wants to apologize. No one wants to say, you're right, I'm wrong, type of energy. And it is a 5, so it's looking for a change, right? And I feel like it's saying that this energy doesn't serve you. And it may be even asking you to question, like, you're like, what is it that I'm battling? Is it worth the battle? Is it worth the fight? Is it worth it? We have the Empress, the mother figure. And then we have the Eight of Swords. So interesting. Let's go ahead and take this card also. We have Justice. Now, I never like saying that some of you may be thinking about a divorce, that type of energy. But Justice does represent cutting of ties. Can be karmic ties. You know, and that may be what it's speaking about here within the Five of Wands and the reversal of the Six of Swords, because ultimately this energy creates the Eight of Swords, and that's a self-created prison. You know, the Queen of Swords is mirroring this Eight of Swords, so I feel like it's almost like the energy of where my voice has been taken away or I've given it away. But I feel like, you know, with the Empress here, it's reclaiming that. And I do feel like, you know, there are cutting of ties with someone, whether it again be love or work or family, whoever it is and whatever it is, it's no longer serving you. It's like got you tied up in knots. Justice is also the card of Libra, by the way. I feel like there's a situation that maybe you've been in for a while. And it's almost like no matter what I do to try to make it better, I don't feel like I get those results. And maybe I just got to know that. Like, it doesn't seem like, whatever effort I put in just seems fruitless. So I definitely feel like, it's almost like there needs to be a cutting of ties to free yourself from this Eight of Swords type of energy. This Queen of Swords is mirroring the Eight of Swords, so that could certainly talk about, the fear of using my voice, the fear of expression. And listen, I feel like if that's the case, it is due to like what other people's opinions or other people's communication to you. But I feel like honestly what you're figuring out is you got to find your own way. I feel like, maybe some of you are battling this King of Wands and I don't know, there just doesn't seem to be change. It doesn't seem to be change. And I'm saying that because justice really to me is representing ties that would serve me to cut. Now, this could be someone karmic that you've been dealing with. And if that's the case, you do want to learn the lesson, right? You want to know, like, what you can know. Like, and sometimes it's just like, I'm the one who gave my voice away, right? I'm the one who kept taking these daggers, hoping for something better. But if it didn't manifest, then what am I going to do, right? The Eight of Swords, again, self-created prison. I want to break myself free. And again, if I'm battling someone to get them to admit that they're wrong, I get it. But I feel like at the same time, it may just be a waste of your time. And I say that because I don't know. I get this feeling that, whoever I'm waiting for, whoever I'm battling with, I just get the feeling may not be worth the battle any longer. Let's keep going. It's interesting. Well, there's the Four of Swords, healing. I like that. Following justice. Justice's main message really is about fairness and balance. It is about making you whole again. Excuse me, just 1 second. Okay, I'm back. So anyways, Four of Swords, healing. And I point this out all the time, but I feel like it's important to know this. With the Four Swords, like, it's healing those three swords that have pierced the heart. I really feel like it's body, mind, and soul. But the fourth sword is of our own making, right? It's our own doing. And I'm not talking about judging oneself. I'm just saying knowing oneself. Maybe I finally have the realization that for whatever reason, like, I've let these daggers continue to gather in my back. For some reason, I found myself in this self-created prison. But I feel like in no way is that where you want to stay. I mean, first of all, we opened the reading with victorious energy. But I feel like then we're going back to see what we eventually become victorious in. So, Four of Swords is a very important part of the journey. You know, I feel like the Four of Swords is, like, let's just say at the end of a cycle. Like, you know, taking that moment and looking back and gaining the wisdom of your experiences and see how you've grown and see the powers you've given away and reclaim them. It's all that. This can take time. But at the same time, I feel like many times we're healing as we're continuing to move forward. You know, could this be a healing over a relationship? I mean, it's possible. It's possible, but at the same breath, I feel like someone is causing this anxiety. All right, we have the King of Pentacles, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. But, you know, it doesn't have to be. So, the King of Pentacles is someone who would look at this from the big picture down. That's really the King's specialty. The King of Pentacles in the upright, which he came in the upright, normally signifies someone where loyalty is important to them, right? This is someone who normally is pretty grounded. And someone who, in a material world, you know, it's important to them to have a strong foundation. You know, maybe you didn't have it. Maybe this king up here is someone who kept putting those daggers in your back, and maybe this king is following the next chapter. It's interesting, the Empress has the King of Wands above her, the King of Pentacles below her. Look at this, the Ten of Pentacles. Exactly what the King of Pentacles would, you know, that would be his ultimate destination. You know, Sag, I almost feel like I've been dealing with someone who was, who just became toxic. Who just became, I feel unfair to me. I feel like somewhat untrustworthy. And I'm saying somewhat, even though, again, the Ten of Swords, dagger after dagger. However, in the same breath, like the Six of Swords being in reverse, someone really needs to look at this, right? I need to look at this because it's become toxic to me, to my life, to my growth, especially with the Five of Wands right below it. You know, who am I battling? And if I realize that their energy, and when I say toxic, like, it doesn't mean the person has to be a bad person. It just means that their energy and your energy are no longer meshing. And it means that their energy is no longer looking out for, you know, your best. They're thinking more of themselves. And then we move down to this King of Pentacles, and I feel like this is someone else. Of course it's someone else. But it's interesting because I feel like Justice is saying cutting ties with one element or one person, but then someone else coming in, or a new opportunity, let's say, coming in. I don't want to just say it's love, because the King of Pentacles has a big old pentacle in his hand, and he's looking right at that Ten of Pentacles. So the ability for him to manifest that Ten of Pentacles, I feel, is very real. And it's interesting because above this king is the Empress again. So the Empress, you know, first of all, the Empress, it almost feels like you've been going through these experiences to get yourself to the energy of the Empress. You know, if we think about the Empress, this is someone who's very creative. She's loving. She's nurturing. She is the mother figure. But she's also learned through her experiences that, you know, she knows what's right, what's wrong. She trusts her energy as a measure of anything that's coming towards her, if it's good or not so good. So I don't see the Empress staying in that Eight of Swords energy. If anything, I feel like what it's saying is, as I break myself free from that prison, then I emerge as the Empress. You know, and I feel like that means I don't repeat it. And I feel like Justice is talking for some of you about a karmic relationship. And again, like, you know, who am I battling? Who am I expecting an apology from? And will I even ever get it? And eventually I feel like, you know, like if I move down the road, I feel like here I was fighting for this apology where in the long run it's like, I don't even care anymore. I don't even care anymore. Alright, let's see what's on the bottom of the deck. Two Pentacles. So, a question. Right? Trying to make a decision. They call this a Juggler's card. I feel like it's using the logical mind. So, there is a question on your mind. A decision to be made. You have the Devil under that and the Strength card under that. I'm going to bring this deck, or bring the lid down a little bit. Alright, let's go ahead and get right into it. Let's get the Gilded Tarot and let's go deeper. Let's figure out exactly who these kings are. The Empress is. Why the Ten of Swords, and why with the Six of Swords in reverse, non-movement. Because remember, if you go back a card, you're in the Five of Swords. Five. It wants you to, you know, wants you to consider a change, but for your benefit. And then the Five of Wands right below that. Maybe the energy of being victorious is, I no longer need this person's approval. I no longer need this person to tell me if I'm right or wrong. Matter of fact, I have a feeling they probably told you were wrong more often than not, when chances are you were right. Alright. We have the Death card. Card of Scorpio. Death card is about endings, closing of doors. Because a new door wants to open, but it can only open with the door behind it shut, closed, locked, bolted, whatever you got to do. So, you know, the Death card says, don't fear me, because really what I am is a rebirth in your life. But it does require that a door be cut. And, you know, it's interesting because the Death card is now mirroring justice. So, again, I feel like some of you have gone through some karmic energy, relationships, what have you. And simply, I feel like if I can learn the lesson, and sometimes that lesson is so much more simple than we think. Sometimes it's just like, why do I give someone so much power over my life? Like, why does their opinion weigh stronger than my own opinion? And these may be some questions you've been asking yourself. Like, why do I keep staying in an energy that is just not serving me? Matter of fact, it feels like it keeps you in like this anxious type state. Universe is saying, we want to help heal this. But to heal this, you know, and I feel like the Six of Wands is saying, it is your movement. It is because of your action. And I feel like this now is kind of clarifying for me that it is closing the door on whoever this person was or is. We have the Six of Pentacles, but interesting enough, it also came in reverse. Six of Pentacles is, you know, it's learning that fine art of give and take. Receiving and giving. This is definitely the energy of really helping the underdog. You know, all of a sudden I get this feeling like, did I think I was helping an underdog? And lo and behold, this underdog just kept taking and taking and taking. And I kept giving and giving and giving. Death card is saying have realization over that. Like, who do you give your energy to? And do they deserve it? This came in reverse. And it makes me feel like, again, someone just kept taking. But I do feel like you kept giving. So that's a lesson in itself, right? Like, you know, naturally you love helping the underdog. But it's about a hand up, not a hand out, right? Like, if I'm going to help someone, I want to help them lift up. Not keep supplying them with what's causing them to stay in this negative type energy anyway. 666. Could be some type of influence, like the devil's influence. You know, when I say that, I mean, what's the word I really mean? Illusionary. It's an illusionary type energy, right? It's like, if I ask myself, like, how did I get in here? How did I ever end up like in the 8 of Swords or the 10 of Swords? I feel like someone probably played a pretty good game. You know what I mean? Like, probably someone was pretty persuasive. But again, and listen, you may have been around this person for quite a while, but I feel like, you know, it's not about like, am I ever going to learn my lesson? The universe is like, when you're ready, we're ready. When you're ready to see what it is you need to see, we're here to help heal that. And probably usher something new in, especially with the Death card there. We have the 7 of Pentacles. 7 of Pentacles. First lesson within the 7 of Pentacles is patience. We have the Moon in reverse over that 10 of Pentacles, or 10 of Swords, I'm sorry. You know, the Moon can certainly cast shadows. And I feel like for someone, or maybe more than one, there may have been someone in your life where you just thought they were meant to be there, right? Maybe you thought they were a soulmate. Maybe they were a soulmate, but maybe they were a karmic. You know what I mean? I feel like they were meant to be there. But it's because there's something that you wanted to learn as a soul. I don't feel like this was an easy experience. But I feel like once you clear it, I feel like the rewards are plenty. So, you know, I don't want to regret, even though, you know, I did stay to the 10 of Swords. Still, I don't want to regret, because there is a lot I learned. And listen, it's almost like if this was narcissistic type energy, once you've been through that, you're not going to go through it again, you know, because you're going to be able to sniff them out, you know, 100 miles away. Some of you, you know, you're making a change and you really don't know how it's going to turn out. But I feel like, you know, if you break yourself free from this self-created prison, figure out that really some of this may have been karmic, which means that you've learned some valuable lessons. Remember, when you're in a karmic situation, it's your soul's opportunity to clear that energy for eternity. And they're not, in a karmic situation is not easy, not meant to be, right? Because really, I feel like the ultimate reward is like, hey, look at me, like I was able to clear that. So you're proud of yourself. But nonetheless, I feel like, you know, here I am, I have to kind of go on a wing and a prayer, but nonetheless, I still want to move forward, right? and I don't mean move forward with this person. Let's keep going. You know, sometimes we can't know where our final destination is going to be, because it's about our seeds that we're planting in the present day moment. All right. First of all, the Tower flipped itself around in the deck, so we're going to take that. Coming over this Queen. You know, but it's interesting because, in a way, I feel like it's the Queen who's throwing the Tower. I feel like it's the Queen who is ending something. I feel like it's the Queen that is cutting ties that ultimately set her free. You know, the Tower speaks about disruption, but it's temporary. And then we have the Ten of Pentacles. Interesting. Ten of Pentacles over the Five of Wands. And then we have the Ten of Pentacles down here. But look at this. We have the Five of Swords now in reverse. So this makes me happy, because I feel like this is just saying it's taken some time to really come to the place where I can reflect. I can look at what's toxic and not allow it to like bog me down or even put blame on myself. This is me clearing that energy, especially coming over the Empress. I'm clearing it and I'm saying bye-bye. Bye-bye. We have the Hierophant over the Eight of Swords. First of all, card of Taurus. But this is about your belief system, hope, your faith. Your faith in yourself, your faith in God. You know, your faith in that you are a spiritual being and you can overcome, you know, you can overcome whatever it may be. You do need to break yourself free, though. But I feel like once you do that, you know, it's almost like I break myself free. I end this cycle. I close this door. I'm not 100% sure where I'm going to end up. But then the Hierophant's saying, just keep your faith, right? Think about your potential. Think about your intentions. You know, like what you put out into the universe is going to match you. It's going to, you know, come back to you. Yeah, Ten of Swords, I feel like, is the energy of like, you know, I just had dagger after dagger in my back, so I just expect another dagger. And lo and behold, another dagger shows. Well, we can reverse that, right? We can be like, no, I'm not taking any more daggers in my back. Even if I have to take a chance and start anew, even if I don't 100% know where it's going. You know, again, enthusiasm, wherever I'm most passionate about is the direction I flow. While the Empress, very passionate, very creative. I feel like the Empress is always receiving epiphanies. Why? Because she's willing to give birth to them. You know, it's not just about receiving that epiphany, it's about putting it into action. You know, and the Empress has learned that, you know, not all people are like this person. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to drag this energy moving forward, because it's almost like I automatically, again, will say, okay, well, I've expected daggers, so why wouldn't another one come? Well, because I feel like the person who's been putting those daggers in your back, I feel like is feeding you an illusionary tale. Hierophant says, get back to you. Get back to your belief system. There's no need to create these barriers, right? The Empress knows that. The Empress uses her energy as a measure Or another way of putting that, if anything that comes towards the Empress, like they have to get through her energy field. And if it's of a negative nature, she's going to know that, right? The alarms will go off. Now, sometimes we ignore those alarms, but I don't feel like any longer. Because maybe the alarms went off here too, but for some reason I ignored it. Sometimes as we mature, we just know. When we know, we know. When we know better, we do better. We do have Pisces and Taurus connected right here, but the moon is also the ruler of Cancer, and we just had a super new moon. So for some of you, it is about eclipsing something out of your life. It doesn't mean it's easy, but it's definitely worth it. All right, here's that Two of Pentacles again. But look at this, then the Fool. So you're making a decision. And I feel like, for the majority of you, I can't say everyone, but for the majority of you, it's like this is a fresh new start. This is a new beginning. And it's coming over the Four of Swords. So I love seeing that, because I feel like it's saying you're not going to be carrying the energy of the past forward. The lessons, yes. And again, some of you have been in a karmic situation, and if you can see it, and sometimes, don't overthink it. Sometimes the lesson is, how long do I allow something to continue to happen, even when I know it's not good for me? And it's simply like when you break yourself free, it's like, boom, karma is paid back, right? For eternity. The Fool. Taking a leap of faith. Being in the Fool's energy can be a little scary, right? Because I am taking a leap. And I hope that I'm caught, right? I hope that my angels are there just in case. But they are. Ooh. Queen of Swords again. So now the Queen of Swords is right over this King of Pentacles. I feel like you are the Queen of Swords. I know, this is Sagittarius' reading, but I feel like when I'm doing a reading, you're all people, unless I just feel it differently. So I do feel like you're the Queen of Swords, and I feel like how interesting. The Queen of Swords here has the tower over her, but I feel like she's the one who eventually throws this tower to this king, because of the energy, because of the daggers, because it's not worth the fight anymore. And I feel like this queen has that realization, right? She's finding herself again. Queen of Swords, she's only comfortable in her own unique skin. And maybe someone's like, someone robbed you of that. And your job or your lesson was to find it again. She really is a great communicator. Right over the King of Pentacles. She's looking right back at the Fool. We have the Knight of Swords. So some type of communication is coming towards you. It's interesting because it's coming over the Ten of Pentacles. It could be coming to your home. Could be some type of job offer. With all these pentacles I'm seeing down here, certainly be some type of job offer. It's interesting too, because sometimes we stay with someone because of financial reasons. Sometimes we have to be willing to live with less until we rebuild on our own. But I feel like the universe is very, in tune with what's going on in your life, because again, the Four of Swords, allowing that healing of the past, and then the Fool, and then it's time. It's time for something brand new. Well, the Ten of Pentacles is above it. The Queen of Swords is next to it. The King of Pentacles is also next to it. And then the Ten of Pentacles again with the Knight of Swords. So some type of communication is coming your way. And if we look at what's mirroring it, it's the Two of Pentacles. So it puts the ball in your court. It's going to be up to you, yay or nay. I feel like there's nothing to fear here but fear itself. You know, maybe not all is known, but enough, right? And again, if you trust your energy, again, whatever I am most passionate about is the direction I flow. So this tells me this is something that is going to ignite the passion within you. Again, whether it be love, work, you know, the Ten of Pentacles, the house of abundance. This is the house that takes root. You know, I feel like it can last for eternity. And I often feel like if it's relating even to career, like this can be like a family business or something that outlasts you in this lifetime. So like, you know, if I'm writing a book or my words are out there, you know, I feel like even when you're gone from this world, it's like your work is not. Okay. Let's look at a couple things. Let's come down and let's look at the Fool with the Queen and the King and the Ten of Pentacles and the Knight of Swords. And let's get more clarity on that. All right, now we have the Queen of Pentacles. So, you know, again, it can be Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. But I really feel like what it's talking about, especially with the Empress here, because remember, the Empress has the wisdom of all the queens. Like, she's been through the experiences of all the queens. And that's only raised her vibration. It's only made her stronger, wiser. So anyways, the Queen of Pentacles now, right next to the King of Pentacles. Interesting, like-minded. The Page of Pentacles. This could be certainly someone that you knew from your younger years. Some of you could be college, when you went to school. But this also speaks about your path. And this is a path of knowledge. Like gaining knowledge. And for some of you, because the Ten of Pentacles is here twice, it can be about almost like, you know, it's like I leave one energy because it's not serving me. And maybe what I'm doing here is I'm bringing back something that piqued my interest at a younger time. Maybe for whatever reason I couldn't bring it to fruition. And maybe now is the time. Maybe this King is part of it. Again, he's holding that big pentacle and it's going right into the Ten of Pentacles. And then my favorite card, the Knight of Pentacles. So you have two knights here. First, the Knight of Swords, communication, and then the Knight of Pentacles. It's almost like someone communicates first, and then they actually come into your physical world. Remember, the Knight of Pentacles is bringing something to your physical world. This is something tangible. Can be a person. Again, it can be a new job. It can be both. It could be someone I eventually end up with, but maybe it begins like in our Pentacle family, so to speak. The Knight of Pentacles to me is like your guardian angel energy who's responsible for bringing this in, so it feels important. I feel like it's life-changing. But the Knight of Pentacles, even though it's a slow-moving knight, you know, the Seven of Pentacles is also about patience. But the Seven of Pentacles is about your seeds or your soul seed of intention. You know, like those seeds will come up at different times. And what I'm going to do with each one of them. One of those seeds probably was karmic. This doesn't feel karmic at all now. This feels like a blessing. Both of them are coming, it feels like towards your home. Interesting. I know some of you get confused. You leave me comments where you're like, I don't know who I am in here. You know, you have to learn to trust your intuition. Because again, the way I read, yes, the Queen of Swords can be Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, of course. But I also feel like it's you. You know what I mean? Like, I do feel like, for some of you, it is that person. But for many of you, I feel like it's you. Because I do feel like it's about your voice. It's about your authentic self. And I do feel like it's almost like you've been robbed from that. Like you have not had the ability to live within your authentic skin. Almost like someone was telling you, you know, that's the wrong skin. But you had to figure it out on your own. You know, that is the lesson. And then the Queen of Pentacles, I feel the same thing. I feel like it's you. And I'm saying that because I feel like the Queen is showing because it's matching the King's energy. And then this page comes out. This has all been about knowledge, wisdom. You know, if we look at these readings in a different light, if we look at them from our spiritual being, who knows that, listen, I'm here having human experiences. I'm not, you know, I'm in a human body, yes, but I am a spiritual being. And when I really believe that, it carries a lot of power. Many times we get stuck, right, in this humanness where our spiritual beings like, follow me. Follow me. I'll help you out of this. And that's exactly what seems to be happening here. Okay. I'm not quite ready to end yet. Let's go up and look at the Death card real quick over the Six of Wands. So the energy to, or the ability to close a door. And again, the door that was not serving you. Look at this, the Six of Wands again. Victory, victory, victory. Claim it. You know what I mean? Claim it. Claim each and every part of areas of your life that you've become victorious in. Even if they're small. You know, it's being grateful for, not just grateful, but also like learning your ability to make changes. Even if I'm uncertain, like exactly what's going to come my way. The Hierophant says, keep your faith. Hope alive. Keep hope alive. And then what's produced from that? 2 knights. You know, a knight will always complete their mission. And I feel like that's why the Two of Pentacles is here. Because as they come in to complete their mission, that puts the ball in your court. What do you want to do? What do you want to do? So anyways, I wanted to see the Death card and I just have victory over it again. Maybe 2 people were closing a door, separate of each other. You know, like me and this in my life and them in their life. Maybe I don't even know that and they don't even know that either. All right. I'm just going to go right across the middle because I just don't feel like I'm done yet. We have the Page of Cups. You know, I feel like the Page of Cups, first of all, is the energy of it feels like immature love. Now, when I say immature love, I'm not insulting anyone. It just means that they're, it's just like coming from an energy of before I knew better, right? Before I knew better. Page of Cups is also about the energy of learning to love oneself again, right? And that means allowing oneself to have new experiences at the same time. It's a perfect energy for following your passion. Oh, we got another card. I don't even know when it came out. Three of Wands, beautiful. This is an optimistic view of your future. This is saying, even with the moon in reverse, where it could certainly be, be uncertainty. Three of Wands is like, I'm just going to trust. I'm going to believe my ships are going to come in when they're ready to come in. And that's what the Knight of Pentacles is, right? I come in at the right time. When is the right time? Well, it's different for everyone, right? And sometimes the right time is when I've cleared this energy. I've cut ties to whoever or whatever is really pinning me down. Knight of Pentacles is like, I can't come in during that time. I would interrupt one of your soul's lessons. And I can't do that because that wouldn't be fair to you. So I feel like that will be the right time. When I break myself free from this self-created prison, then it feels like timing is right. They call this the most loyal knight. And I feel like, and then you have the King of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles. I know some of you have had experiences with earth signs where you're going to be like, no, they're not loyal. But really, I'm a Virgo and I am loyal, very loyal. Like, why? Because my mind won't let me be anything other. You know what I mean? Like, I've gotten hurt so much by someone not being loyal that I can't imagine doing that to another. So earth signs can be very, very loyal. They can be. Now, I know not all of them. I don't even know why I'm saying all that. So Three of Wands is really, again, an optimistic view of the potential of what will be. It's living in the present moment and learning to enjoy each and every moment. Especially if you've cleared this energy of the past. Like, it just feels like anxiety goes away. Tells me you're starting on a new path. I mean, we kind of already knew that. And again, it doesn't have to mean every area of your life. We have the Knight of Wands came in reverse. Now, I don't think that stops the Knight from coming in. I think what it's doing is slowing it down. Because this is a very fast-moving energy. But you have the King of Pentacles, or the Knight of Pentacles, which is much slower. Which is the right time. So it's almost like the King of Pentacles. It's like, slow down a little bit. Let's take this step by step. It is passion. And it does reach you. But maybe you need to take it a little slower just to feel comfortable in it. Because I do feel like it's the Knight of Pentacles that's slowing this night down. Not stopping it, just slowing it. That Knight of Pentacles can feel chaotic because it can rush in so quickly. So I don't mind seeing it just being slowed down a little. Slowed down a little. All right, I'm not done yet. Hello, lovers. Hello, lovers. Card of Gemini. The Lovers is about a head over heart decision. You do have the Two of Pentacles here. So that could definitely apply. This is chemistry. But again, with the Knight of Wands in reverse, maybe it's me who wants to take it slow. You know, it's interesting, Sagittarius, because I feel like there's different things that are coming to you. And I feel like for some, or maybe for all, there's like an opportunity to, I feel like increase your finances, increase your creativity, or there's new epiphanies that are coming to you, or there's new sparks of light that you can follow if you choose. But I also feel like this is about love. So this can certainly talk about the chemistry of two. It's interesting also because I have a feeling like this king and this queen are living two separate lives, but living very similar experiences. Now, they don't be exactly the same, but I do feel like they're similar experiences. Almost like this king, this queen, and this king both went through the energy of the Ten of Swords. Both had to find that strength within them to close that door and close it for good. And what's the death card promise us when we close the door? A rebirth. A rebirth. Well, here is the Fool. Here is the rebirth. And then the Lovers. Sometimes we stay with someone for so long because we think that we were meant to. We think that maybe they were a soulmate, and it could have been a soulmate. Listen, we have many soulmates. Doesn't mean that every soulmate we're meant to live the rest of our life with, right? We'll find that special person, but we've got to know who's right and who's wrong. Some of you may have given someone the title of twin flame, and it doesn't feel like they were. I feel like more karmic. And it can be confusing. But this is not about what was. This is about what's coming. So let's follow that just a little bit further. I know. I cannot end the readings this month. Like, I just want to read and read and read. Interesting. All right, let's start with the Emperor. Card of Aries, first of all. We have the Empress, and now we have the Emperor. They are my power couple. Yes, it's a card of Aries, but beyond that, it's about this Emperor's energy. This Emperor is someone who is a helper of the people. This is someone who uses their methodical mind, right? They put a plan to place, where the Empress is much more free-going, free-loving. I don't mean like I just, free-loving when I take partner after partner. I mean like my energy is just very, I don't know, lovely. And the Emperor can be more serious, but they really do complete each other. Some of you, this is an opportunity to start a business. Being the boss. This could certainly be a promotion to be a boss. We have the Seven of Cups. We have the Nine of Swords. But then look at this. We have the Ten of Cups. I feel like, first of all, the Seven of Swords, that's trying to choose a cup. But I'm a little fearful of choosing a cup. And I know that because the Nine of Swords is right next to it. Nine of Swords is a lot of worry. But the message of the card is this worry is unnecessary. This worry, you're able to clear it up. Or you can look at it, reflect upon it. It is a 9. And see that a lot of that worry is due to past energy. Not what wants to be, but what was. So, you know, choosing a cup can be a little bit, you know, and then the Lovers ahead of a hard decision. But I feel ultimately, I mean, come on, the Lovers is now ending up in the house of the Ten of Cups. And, you know, interesting, the Nine of Swords is coming under the reversal of the Knight of Cups. So again, I feel like, you know, maybe this is also talking about an energy of two people coming together. And listen, maybe it doesn't move quickly. And that may worry you, but don't let it worry you, because maybe you're meant to take it slow. Maybe you're meant, you know, like think of the Three of Wands. That's enjoying each and every moment. That's living in the present moment. So that Nine of Swords is old energy. And I feel like, you know, like energy is being slowed down a little. Why do I keep saying that? Slowed down a little bit. But I feel like it's for your benefit. Nothing to fear. It's more for your benefit. So it tells me for some of you, you were with one hell of a person who played quite a number. And, you know, the universe is like wants you to feel comfortable moving forward. But then look what else follows. The Two of Cups. Soulmate. No doubt. Following that Ten of Cups. With the Lovers over it. You know, it's interesting because I can go back and be like, you know, I gave someone this title. I thought for sure they were my soulmate. They were my ever after. And man, it didn't turn out the way that I thought. Okay, you're right. It turned out, you know, difficult. But nonetheless, it really had the ability to teach you a lot about yourself and about others. You know, it taught you who to give to and who not to give to. You know, like when I give, now I give to give a hand up, not a hand out. Two of Cups. It's like it's covering all your bases, Sagittarius. Like opportunity, but also love. And I feel like it cannot start until the Death card, the doors are closed to the past. Now, it doesn't mean that you're 100%, because let's not forget, we have the Four of Swords down here. So that healing period, you know, it can take longer. It can take however long it needs to take. But it's not about isolating yourself as you go through it. You know, maybe for a period of time. But there's a lot of energy that's coming towards you. These knights are bringing this energy towards you. And again, these knights are going to complete their mission. It's what you're going to do with it, because it puts the ball in your court. If fear raises its ugly head, take it slow. Take it slow. Excuse me one second. Okay, I'm back again. Sorry. Just having problems at the post office. Like, we have a local post office, and instead of delivering packages to my home, there's a company I work with called Rose Forever. Some of you have seen the promo, and I love them. But they have new, what do I want to say, a display, and they offered them to me to do a video, and they've just gone missing. Who knows? Anyway, enough of that. Let's go ahead and read Enthusiasm from Mother Mary. I feel like this is important. If I can find it. There we go. Your question about what to focus upon is answered by examining where your natural interests lie. What do you enjoy doing? What issues stir your soul? What would you like to make where would you like to make a positive difference? These are your passions, and your enthusiasm gives you the energy and motivation to take courageous action. Six of Wands. Enthusiasm is positively contagious and helps others feel excited and happy. Mother Mary urges you to shine your light brightly. Let those around you know about your dreams, your goals, hopes, and aspirations. Smile, share your feelings, and be authentic and accessible so that heaven and other people can join in your enthusiasm. Amen. Amen. So, we leave this reading with the Two of Cups as your very last card. Wrapped around beautiful, beautiful energy. Two knights coming in towards you. So two different types of opportunities. The ball's put in your court. What are you going to do? What are you going to do when they come for you? I feel like for some of you, again, you gave a title to someone who maybe, that's not their true title. Again, it may have been a soulmate, it could have been a twin flame, but I feel like this is saying you're about to experience what a soulmate or a twin flame is really like. So, goodbye karma. Hello soulmate. Goodbye fear. Hello abundance. Everything is moving you not only to the Ten of Pentacles, but also the Ten of Cups. It's like both your houses are covered. Both your houses are covered. I feel like we had to get through a little hell to get to heaven, but we ultimately got to heaven here. So I loved it, Sagittarius. I hope you did too. I hope this helps give you clarity. I thank you, as always, for just allowing me to read the way I read. No rhyme or reason. I just follow my intuitions. I follow our guides. Thank you for your donations and helping to keep this channel alive. I literally couldn't do it without your donations, so thank you. Sometimes people are like, I don't have the money to donate. Just sharing it with your social media platforms, that helps. Watching the ads, I know, but that does help. Anyway, I just thank you for being part of my channel, and I love bringing you these readings. So I can't wait to read your comments, and I'm going to let that be. I'll see you next time at our table. Bye-bye.